Guess we're rolling. Hey everybody, it's Dylan here on a Sunday evening, Sunday after St. Patrick's Day, and I'm actually coming at you with a story time, not a gratuitous drinking vlog. Pardon my outfit. I look like a trucker that doesn't have a good uniform on today. I'm at my neighborhood laundromat waiting for my clothes to get finished washing. Now is a better time than any to do a story time from my car where you can see my dirty ass windows. Focus of this vlog. I keep saying vlog. It's not a vlog, it's a story time. Story time. The focus of this story time is about me finding, I guess, not finding out, but discussing my discovery of being a plus size person, a plus size female adult. And this is not for me to be looking for any type of sympathy or to have anyone feel sorry for me or to make excuses for what I am present day. This is more about me having a platform to discuss how I feel about the subject. If you are not comfortable, or if you get cringy hearing about fat acceptance, plus size people, obesity, anything on that topic, this is probably not the story time for you. Just to let you know. This came about only because being a YouTuber, I'm always on YouTube. I was always on YouTube before I even started, thinking about becoming a YouTuber. And a lot of the videos that I would watch of my favorite YouTubers, some of them are bigger in size, plus size, if you will. And some of the comments that I would see in their videos that would make me really upset. And no matter what the subject matter that the YouTuber was talking about, it didn't even matter. They could have been talking about, doing a fashion haul, or just a simple regular vlog, or anything, just whatever it was the subject was they were talking about. I would see comments, of people just like, oh, you're fat, oh, you need to lose weight, oh, I'm concerned about your health because it's not healthy the way you look, and you might get diabetes, you might die, you might this, you might that. And I understand when people put themselves out in public, regardless of on YouTube, or if they become, a celebrity on television or in movies, or you're a singer, you put yourself out in the public eye. You are putting yourself out there to be judged by others. I understand that. And I also understand that this subject that I'm talking about and referring to myself, I will probably get judged. But I'm getting judged anyways. It's just that for some reason people judge easily and more vocally behind a keyboard. They don't do it like to your face. If you're really concerned about somebody, about their weight, about you're worried that they might develop diabetes, which is a very serious disease, just like all of them. If you're really concerned about somebody's health, why wouldn't you say it to them directly, instead of getting on a keyboard on a social platform and putting something out there for everyone else to see that looks more of like an insult rather than concern? I'm talking about my personal experience and how I feel about stuff like that. So, growing up, I was never a thin girl. I was never ever thin. I don't know what you want to call it. I guess you could say that I was a fat girl. I was a fat kid. I was a bigger kid. I was always bigger than most of the kids in my class. And I knew that, but I never really considered myself fat. I never thought about myself as fat. I just thought I was a bigger person. I knew I was a bigger person, but I was still able to do everything that everyone else was able to do. Gym class, I was still able to run and do, you know, the normal shit that you did in gym class, jump rope, play tag, dodgeball. So it wasn't like I just sat at home after school, like eating ding dongs and cupcakes and shit. You know, I did physical stuff. It's just that I wasn't a thinner person. And I always got physicals, and I always got checked out by doctors, and they never ever said that my weight was going to be a problem or an issue or anything like that. So I never worried about it. And then as I got older, and you know, doctor visits were far and few in between, didn't really go to doctors and stuff that often. But I think I'm getting off subject here. Anyway, I didn't really consider myself as a plus size person. I didn't really think that my size was an issue until I'd go shopping. And as I got older, you know, clothing became harder for me to find because I wanted to dress trendy. I wanted to dress like the fashion that was available, you know, for everyone else. But for some reason, if you were over a certain size, which I think size 16 to 18 is where clothing stopped becoming, like after 16 and 18, that's when clothing started to get, you know, crappy. If you got higher up in size, shit started looking like tents. Moo-moos, if you will. Like, you didn't have cute options for clothes. And I always wondered, like, why? Why in the world would they not think that just because I'm bigger, I don't want to dress cute? Or it's almost like they didn't want to have choices available for people at a certain weight because that's regarded as glorifying obesity and being a bigger size. And that's the silliest crap that I've ever heard, because you don't know what goes on in someone's mind or their everyday life. It made me upset that I wasn't able to find decent, you know, trendy clothes in my size. And then at some point, I forget when, but the store Deb came along. And I was so happy about this store because I know that there was like a regular size on one side of the store, and then they had a plus size side of the store. And it was wonderful. It was like I struck gold because, oh my God, they have club clothes for bigger size girls. Like, you know, I can buy the halter tops, the tank tops, the, you know, nice fitted jeans that, you know, accentuate the parts of me that I think look good. The cute tops. And I was excited that I was able to buy this type of stuff at a store at the mall. Whenever these stores came around, and I believe like it was Fashion Bug when it was around, Deb, as I mentioned, even Rainbow had and still has that difference of regular size versus plus size. They have both of them, and they're both equally fashionable clothes. I was pumped. I was super pumped about it. It's difficult for someone plus size to be able to find clothing that is both, you know, fashionable and also financially makes sense, you know, because a lot of times they hike up the prices of clothing for plus size, and I understand it takes more fabric to make clothing for someone bigger. I understand that supply, demand, and all that shit, whatever. But anyways, going back to comments that I see on YouTube about plus size people, and I just find it really rude when people say mean shit about someone and their size. Because, okay, we're going back to how I feel about things, and about me. It's not like I'm happy with the way I look. And you could take this here to the bank and cash what I'm about to say. I wake up every day in this body. I see what I look like every single day. I feel what I look like every single day. And it's not comfortable. There's days that I have good days about myself, and there's days that I have absolute shitty days about myself. And that's probably more than the good days. Like, I would probably give it 80-20. I know that I shouldn't look the way I look. I'm very unhappy about the way I look. And then this is where you would probably say to me, oh, D-Lynn, well, why don't you change the way you look? It's easy. Just start going to the gym and start watching what you eat, and you'll be fine. And I would say back to those people, yes, you probably can go to the gym, work out, and it's easy to realize what's bad for you versus what's good for you and change what you eat. And yes, I mean, it makes sense. I've heard it several different times and read it and did the research. You know, you are what you eat. That's real. Weight is about what goes in. You know, you're supposed to be able to watch what you take as food inside. And although people might put that as such an easy thing to monitor, I think it's a little deeper than that. For me, it's a mental game. It's very fucking mental. I eat when I'm hungry, obviously. I also eat when I'm not hungry. I'll eat if something looks good. I'll eat it. If I just think that I'm hungry and I'm really not, I'll eat then. I'll eat when I'm upset. So that's a problem. That's based off of probably depression, self-esteem issues, which it's crazy, but it bounces off of each other, the way you regard yourself and what you do to yourself. And I guess you could say I'm a borderline food addict, although I've never gone to see anyone to diagnose me as such or to confirm that. I've never gotten any doctor to tell me this, but I'm pretty sure that I can probably look up symptoms, and I think I've even tried looking up symptoms of a food addiction or having an eating disorder, because eating disorder is not only anorexia. We all know that. There's also, I guess, the bulimia, where you eat and fill yourself up so much and then you throw up, which I will say I've not done that on an extreme level, but I have done it. I've felt guilty about food that I've eaten and physically felt ill about what I've eaten, and I've gone and thrown it up. And that's the stupidest thing you could do to your body. That's a problem. That's a serious problem. That is not something that somebody does because they're happy about what they're doing or what they look like or anything like that. They have a serious issue. Me, I have a serious issue doing that, and that's in here. That's in my head, and you probably can attribute that to some sort of depression, some sort of self-esteem issue. I know I've always had self-esteem issues. I always have. And that's a completely different video. I'm not going to touch on all of that today. Just know that when you make comments about somebody's weight and it comes off as derogatory, just know that you're not the first person saying that to somebody. You're not going to be the first, and you're definitely not going to be the last. Because the first person that's saying that to that person is themselves. I've tried several times joining gyms. I've tried dieting. I'm on and off dieting all the time. It's, again, something that I feel that you mentally have to be ready to do in order to start it. It's either you have to be mentally ready, or in my case, I think the doctor would have to straight up tell me, you need to go on a diet. Here's a diet plan. I'm going to help you with this because you are borderline diabetic, or you have heart issues, you know, you have cholesterol, and this is going to kill you, like, within the next year. Like, I probably would need someone to tell me that directly. And that's a shame, because, again, I think that that's mentally a roadblock for me. And I don't need someone that isn't close to me to tell me about that. I have family members that have said stuff to me like that, and I get offended, because who are you to tell me what I need to do? I seem to be doing just fine, but, you know, I'm really not. It's terrible when there's times that I don't want to eat in front of people, or I am sitting there thinking, oh my goodness, I ate too much. When in reality, I've skipped a couple of meals, and whenever I am eating, I'm feeling like I'm eating too much. It's all bad. It's seriously all bad, and it's a mental thing that I've gotten myself into, and I should probably seek some sort of professional help on it. But I'm also too proud, and I think that I can fix it myself. And I've been saying that for the last, I don't know, 10, 15 years. It's something that I can fix myself. So far, I haven't. I mean, look at me. No. I don't feel it makes sense to make fun of anybody because they want to dress a certain type of way. While they are trying to make themselves look better, they want to feel attractive, and they want to feel worth it while they're on that journey. I'm not going to walk around wearing a trash bag to hide myself if I'm on my way, or I'm on a journey to try to make myself look good. I need to make myself feel better, so that whenever I do lose that weight, whenever I do come down and I do make that journey, I feel that the whole time was worth it, and I feel good in myself. I don't see why that's anyone's business but my own. Anyway, I hope that this was sort of semi-informational. I kind of opened up a lot about myself in this video, and I hope that someone might be able to take something away from it. If not, I'm sorry. It was just something that I felt I needed to get off my chest. And yeah, I'm sorry it was a little bit more serious than normal. But if you did like what I talked about, or if you have anything to say or to add, please leave them down in the comments. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please also subscribe. And hopefully I will see you in my next video.